days as a kid, it was all about wanting to emulate my heroes. I mean, these things are tired tropes, I know, and tired explanations from bands, but it is the truth. You know, you're standing on the shoulders of giants all the time making records. You know, we can't. None of us can pretend that we're completely original. We can't. But the trick of it is to allow those influences to just literally do that, to influence you, not to steal things. You know, what you do is it's always about reinterpretation of other people's ideas. Like, you know, I know, for instance, like a good example is, like, I'm a huge Bowie fan and Queen fan, as most people know, as amongst a lot of other people. And so, you know, I know that Phil, for instance, he loves the same things as I do. He likes that American new wave. I like the English new wave sound as well. So, you know, Elvis Costello is a big influence on me, always has been. Blondie, you know, there's a lot of these kinds of references. Only in as much as that I think really, it's not even kind of musical things. It's partially musical, but it's more to do with the way that their attitude portrayed them. It's the things that they talked about and how those their world became a world that you wanted to inhabit. And so the way that I use my influences is just to channel that concept.
I'm absolutely not a songwriter. I can do guitar parts and I can help with arranging and stuff, but I'm not a songwriter. And so it's very much like, what's Toby going to come up with? And Jokes on You was one of the very first ones that we worked on all together when we were trying to work stuff up for this new batch of stuff. And as soon as we started kind of looking at that and launching into it, I just remember feeling like, oh yeah, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. We're going to be all right.
So I had half a dozen ideas. I'm sure the other lads did. Toby had 56 songs, and I must say 54 of them were absolutely brilliant. So we sort of started. That's where we started, and it has worked out great, because obviously Toby's singing them, he writes all the lyrics, and it just all like fits in, sort of like that. You know, we had our bits. As I was saying earlier, take like the Jokes on You, about the title, right, for instance. This is where the second part of that particular song came from. One of my ideas, which I sort of did at home, was like a Meatloaf sort of inspired song. I'll stick it. Right, you see. And it's ended up being the Joke's on You. Obviously I'm not singing on it. So like Toby heard that and said, yeah, that's great. We'll use that. But that's like one instance. I mean, other things which I haven't. I mean, this was a fun. I mean, I've got like here, heavy sequence. I mean, what? I don't even know what this will be. That didn't make it onto any of the songs.
This is slightly different in that you probably won't play all these. You know, we probably won't play all these tracks live. So you can come at it with a different approach if you're making a record, rather than trying to make a document of a live band that hasn't started yet. So we imposed some rules on ourselves on the last album, and recorded it very much like Toby and I in particular grew up recording, which is not using any of the things that Pro Tools brings to you, just using it as a tape machine. And that's how we did the first album. So it was very live feel, and not much editing, not much of the things you do to make a record these days. This time we've had a little more time, and we've made it very much like people make rock records these days. Having said that, all the drum tracks are kind of one take, you know, drum tracks from Phil.
Toby's produced a series of records here for other artists over the years, and so he knows the workings, all the instruments, all the the technical stuff inside out. We feel really at home here. It's out of the way, beautiful place. I mean, I recommend it to any band who wants to get a residential recording studio, get good work done, because you've got no outside influence, being in a city, that kind of thing. So, great place. Our studio is number one.